today I'm going to review for you the Topo Athletic Ultrafly 3. I've reviewed the Ultrafly 2. It was one of my favorite shoes for longer distance running. Put a lot of miles on those. Put a lot of miles on these as well. I have had 2 pairs now, so I apologize for this review being a little bit late. Kind of had an interesting year last year. So anyway, getting into the major cosmetic things that we can tell differently. We do have an engineered mesh on the upper here, reducing the weight of the shoe. The shoe does come in still a little heavy at, I believe, 9.6 ounces in a men's 9. This is a 9.5. We do lose a lot of weight though, where we had structural overlays, on the last pair. So these are a little bit thicker in the darker spots, giving the shoe a little bit more structure. Also giving a little bit more life and a little bit more breathability to the upper. Another thing we noticed is the Tpu Heel Counter. From reading reviews about Topo, I've never noticed this other than up here, but Topo apparently is known for having some heel slippage. I don't particularly find the shoe sloppy, but around my Achilles maybe just a little bit of wear. This is a 2-piece zip foam, not just the EVA foam, but a 2-piece zip foam. So their proprietary blend of foam. Noticing on the inside, this is the second piece, slightly firmer. I still wouldn't call this a guidance shoe, but I would say that it favors a little bit of support versus just being an outright neutral shoe. So comparing this to the Topo Athletic Phantom, you will feel a little bit more arch support on your shorter runs, and maybe a little bit of structural guidance once you get into your fatigue state of your slightly longer runs. Might actually be a great shoe for tempo runs, longer tempo runs, just to kind of help support through if you're a predominantly heel striker. I don't do either of those, tempos or heel strike, so I find myself not really using this until late stages of ultra marathons or something to that extent. The heel portion of this is 28 millimeters and the forefoot is 23, giving you a 5 millimeter drop throughout the shoe. Again, this shoe in my hand feels very light, but some people would still probably say it's kind of heavy for what other shoe companies are coming out with nowadays, especially for a daily trainer. Most of those are coming in about almost 2 ounces lighter, and this one pushing potentially 10 ounces. On the foot, it doesn't feel that heavy, but 9.6 ounces is still relatively heavy, and I guess you'll still feel that again if you are running anything maybe over about 2 hours or so. Flat laces in the front, super typical, nothing special about those. One thing I did notice that when I first put the shoe on and went out, I wanted to see if this shoe would be a good contender for an ultra shoe, assuming that it would be, again, with a little bit of support in the midfoot. But this was kind of weird. You can't really tell, but it does kind of almost fishtail off a little bit. So this heel portion right here was slightly awkward to get used to walking. But again, it was really only noticeable when I first put it on because it was a foreign feeling thing to me. After that, I didn't really have to think about it, but it almost kind of helped with the gait cycle, for propulsion anyway. I wouldn't say I need it for running, but it definitely helped walking. I have run 50K and I have run 100 miler in this particular pair of shoes. Well, this colorway anyway. I've had two pairs in the same colorway. The shoes have held up great. I really don't find any flaws in the shoe other than maybe just a little bit in the weight. I wish Topo would continue to bring out fun colors. I really enjoy the yellow and blue, if you want to say that. The other colorways are more generic for the general population. Yeah, so basically I'm gonna pop in a picture to compare the Ultrafly 2s and the Ultrafly 3s. If you guys have any questions about this shoe, feel free to drop it down below. I haven't done a review in a while, so I guess I'm kind of rusty, but it's the Ultrafly 3. I'm looking forward to updates, new colorways and whatnot. The wear pattern on these is great. I really haven't lost too much traction, I guess you could say. It still easily doubles as a very non-technical trail running shoe too. Anything that isn't super wet or rocky or rooty works great on. Run on plenty of packed dirt trails on these, and I've got quite a few friends that have run trail ultras in them. So I really hope that you try this shoe. Again, leave me any comments down on the bottom or any questions. Thanks for watching.